a mom of three, a beautiful daughter, two boys. You have your own house. You used to have your own gym. Now you're a trainer, a celebrity trainer, a trainer in Orlando. But more importantly than that, we've been working together for the last couple of months and revealing your story. And your story has really touched me in many ways because you have a story of there's so much to go into, and we won't be able to do that on here. But I know that you're getting ready to launch a podcast, right?
Yes, amen. I'm excited. I'm just finishing some things to really start it.
So it's the next chapter on your life, and you're going to be able to share how God has literally changed your life, how you've done a lot of self-development. You've actually gotten to know yourself. You're defining yourself. You're learning so much about yourself through this experience. And more importantly, that you're supposed to share this experience, right?
Yes, yes. Yes, it's what I feel like on my purpose. So God has been touching my heart for the last 3 years to tell my story, to share my experience, to share my battles, and how I overcome in faith and with Him. So I feel so honored because I really feel like I work for God. We work for Him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
To help people. So it's the time that because it's hard when we need to understand that everybody has a big purpose. So, but sometimes it's a lot of things going on like now, and we live just in survival mode. We cannot see how significant we are. So that's for me is this amazing time. I'm so excited to learn more, to serve Him more, to help Him more. So, and I'm so glad to be here with you.
Well, I tell you, we were talking about you even coming down to my women's conference, and because of everything that happened, you didn't know if I was going to do it or not. We weren't able to, but we've been able to do some coaching, and we've been able to reveal a lot of different things about your life, from Brazil to here to your marriages, through your divorces, through every challenge that you've had in life. That you're going to talk about in your podcast. So I don't want to reveal everything. I want to make sure people get to listen to your podcast. I will make sure we announce it, of course, to let people know we're going to go on. And I look forward. Hopefully I'll be a guest in the show, and we get to talk a little bit about everything. So how has this changed, with the kids, with everything? What has truly changed in your life and in your household?
So I think for me, I'm still working. Normally I used to work from home. So about my work change a little bit because now I train from home. Normally I go to the gym to train. So it's my own workouts, and now I'm doing from home too. But I think the big change is the kids because they are in home. So it's the big change for everybody. There's a lot going on. We need to keep them in their routine. It's hard because they cannot understand. So imagine, for adults it's hard to keep the routine, and it's so important to keep the routine in this time. So I always say for my online clients and my Instagram, I say, guys, you need to keep your routine because this is going to make you feel in progress in life.
Absolutely.
You cannot stop your life. So, but for the kids, it's even harder because they don't have this awareness that it's important. So this is changing. But like I told you, I'm so excited with this, not because I don't want to disrespectful this virus because it's a terrible thing. A lot of people are dying.
Correct.
But I can see so good things on this. Like the people can get out of the box. The people can open their mind and eyes to see what really matters in the small things. So I really believe that God can want to get the people attention to show that's much more than that. It's bigger than us. So it's so bigger than us. So I'm excited to see that it's so big. We have a God to take care of us and to show us so many things. So I think that's going to change. It's going to be a life change for everybody, even for me. For everybody.
And I know, you're like me, we're in that women empowerment, kind of niche, right? So, so how has your clientele reacted, and what new things have you done with them?
Yes, for this time it's hard. So if they don't keep their routine, so if normally they train in the morning, they need to keep the training. If normally they do the fasting, because I'm a nutrition coach too. So
Correct.
I work with my clients and everything. So I work with them in fitness and nutrition, with the nutrition plans and the mindset. So it's all together. We know it's all together. It's not just one thing. But for training, specific training and diets, it's really hard if they don't keep their routine. So my first advice is like, you need to train the same time they're normally they used to training, so you can stick on this. And you cannot, because it's easy to snack all the time when you work from home. Or
That's the hard part, right? We have all the goodies right there.
Exactly. So it's like, guys, you need to be really consistent in your diet. It's even more important right now. It's my advice is, because if you want to feel your immune system protected, if you want to protect your immune system, it's even more important to take care of your diet.
Absolutely.
Because we cannot have for now inflammation in your body. And if you start eating trash or like a lot of carbs or sugar, so you can cause inflammation in your body, and it's really dangerous for your immune system, for your inflammation in your gut.
Correct.
So, I need to keep them in their routine. If they stick in their routine, they can.
Yeah, it's the hard thing, because now we go shopping, right? And all the good stuff, it's there. All the bad stuff is the things that people are buying, right? The chips and the cookies and donuts. Listen, I love donuts, so so don't get me wrong. And then I'm used to just going to the gym and killing an hour of cardio and doing a heavy day on the weights, which when I build muscle, then I burn more fat. So now I'm doing a lot of concentration movements. I'm doing a lot of rehab movement in my own apartment. So, again, but if I buy the chips, if I buy the donuts, I'm going to eat them. so it's not.
You asked me, and I didn't think like that. The first thing is in mind. So
Yes.
I have this program. My clients in the beginning, they were so in fear. I had one that's it's amazing how she started overcoming. She started understanding herself in just these weeks. She lives in Canada. And she told me in the beginning she's living in fear. She stopped training. She started eating. She in fear.
Yeah.
So, but she was watching the TV, the news all the time.
Correct.
She's feeding her mind with fear.
Correct.
How you can get peace from God in understanding and wisdom and knowledge if you just feeding your mind with fear?
Turn it off.
So when I look,
Change your channel.
Yeah. You need to change your thoughts. So then it's the big challenge for people, for everybody.
Yeah, it's the same thing I told my mother. She watches the news on every channel, Spanish, English, whatever, and she just wants to know. She wants to be educated, and at the same time, as we educate ourselves, we end up getting a little bit too, anxious of what's going on in the world, and that's the big problem. So for me, I got to tell you, for me. My phone is off the hook, basically over 500 texts a day, phone calls, 100 something calls a day. And I'm trying to talk to as many people as I can. I'm trying to get back to my clients, my friends, my family, of course, and things like that. But again, it's a new time, but at least we are making more phone calls. We are talking more to people. Instagram is everybody's connecting and speaking, and people talking to their families now. And the planet is healing. So there's a lot of good things that are happening. But every time there's a tragedy, there's something good that comes out of it. I mean, there's always, when you look at that, I've as a cancer survivor, and I go visit people that have lost their kids to cancer, and that's one of the things that we don't ever understand, but yet here comes a foundation that is that growth from there that changes the lives of many, many kids. So there's always a way of looking at the challenge and how to make it the blessing, right? How to bless other people. And I think as coaches, this is you have a privilege, but you also have a responsibility to these people, right? And the responsibility is that it's almost like for your kids as a mom, there's nothing you wouldn't do for your kids, right? It's one of those things. But our clients become our kids, not in an age thing, but it's a responsibility thing. So I think that we take it our responsibility, and sometimes that gives us purpose. Sometimes knowing that we have a responsibility for them gives you purpose. You know, you wake up every morning and you have to talk to these people, and you have to do this and you have to do that. All of a sudden you forget about you and you're doing that. So I'll tell you, for coaches, it's not an easy thing. It does drain us, but I will tell you also that it's something that we're privileged and a responsibility, and it makes us get out of bed and know that we have someone else to serve, right?
Yeah, no, amazing. I just was talking about it with my oldest son, about the responsibility.
Yes.
About the responsibility, then I was talking about my responsibility. So when I was listening to DJ Jakes, I love him, and you too.
Yes.
I need to meet him in person because I'm super fan. And I was listening his podcast, and he's talking about generations. So he's talking, and then I can feel like it's not about me. Mm-hmm. It's not even about my life and my kids' life. It's much more than this.
Absolutely.
So our responsibility. I am here, and I'm a coach in that girl because it's a God's plan. I talk with you, it's a God plan. It's so big. That is so exciting. I feel so important when we love God so much. When we really put our life in His hands, then we don't want to disappoint Him.
Correct.
We want to serve Him so much. So I feel so responsible for these people's lives. So this responsibility is in good ways, a good responsibility, like a purpose. It's a purpose.
It is.
Like I have a lot of people to help.
Absolutely.
And because I'm serving God, my purpose is God's plan is much bigger than me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's for generations. It's not my kids. It's their kids. So it's so amazing, right?
Absolutely. No, and you.
Faith.
And believing and having faith is one thing, but giving people hope every day and telling them, listen, here's what you can change. Here's one little tip, one little thing, right? And I talk about it all the time. It's, I made a promise, in 2006, and God basically, came through. He healed me of cancer the second time, and I made a promise that I would tell his story. Now it's been over 13 years that I've been telling that story, right? And I'm trying to keep my promise, but it's bigger than that because I owe him my life, right? And we should always think that way. But again, when you go through a tragedy or you go through something in your life that's life-changing like I have, and again, you probably won't even know if you just met me that what I've gone through. You have to look at my testimony to see that. And that's why I'm excited about Daniella, because she is getting ready to share her whole heart, her spirit, her soul with all of you in her podcast that's coming soon. I'm hoping it comes out before May, but I know that you're working because she's working.
Yes, I think I'm going to launch the first episodes, like my solo episodes, my own episodes, and talking about my story, like in 2 weeks.
Okay, all right.
And you are in my list, like at the top of the list.
Okay, good. Well, I know that it's not an easy thing. In my seminars or when I do life coaching, it's not, this, it's not easy to share your truth, right? It's not easy to open up to anyone, and certainly to someone that is not really someone that's in your immediate family or something like that, right? So it's very difficult, but at the same time, when people do that, I take it as not more than just a privilege. I feel it's honor for me that someone's allowing me in their life, in their journey. But I also feel like it's my responsibility to push them to share it. How they do it and the time that they do it, I don't know. That's up to them because everybody has their own way of sharing, right? And it might not be like me on stage. It might be somewhere else. But I did tell you years ago that you were going to be on stage sharing your story. So I'm looking forward to that day. Hopefully I have front row seats to that day. But anyway, I'm excited for everything you're doing. Valentina is just un tesoro. She's just a treasure. Every time I see your videos with her and everything like that. So, and to your other boys, may God continue to bless them with good health. And I will, what is that? I was talking earlier, Daniela, about one thing. There's something that I've put in the show that is about one word, right? And some people have said belief and faith and love and consistency, obedience. Those are all my words. I mean, I love those words, right? What is one word that has changed maybe in the last couple of weeks, maybe in the last 2-3 weeks? There's a one word that just keeps popping up that you have committed to that has gotten you out of bed or has gotten you into a different place in this journey. What's one word that you can share with us?
Yeah. My word is gratitude.
Okay.
I know it's the word for a lot of people,
yes.
But for me it means everything. So I think for now it's even more. I think if we can start our day in gratitude for what we have, what God did and doing for us every day, every time, every breath. So the gratitude, I think, can change everything. Everything. If you say loud how much you are grateful for everything God has done in your life, if you really feel gratitude, because not just to say, you need to change your state, right? We know that. So it's not about just say, take the action. You need to connect your heart, your soul with your mind. It's all connected. So the feeling coming from your heart. So if you can put change your thoughts, but you cannot change your heart. So true, and I think it's not the same. You need to feel. So gratitude, the feeling of gratitude, to be grateful, for me, can protect you every time. But you need to keep working on this. You need to keep it every day, every time. I try to say as many times I can, thank you God, I'm so blessed, I'm so grateful for my life. Because, we live in the world and our mind trying to block us, trying to stop us. So correct. It's all the time. I reminded myself how I am significant and how God loves me. So I can love me so much because I know that God loved me first. So that is so grateful, the love that He has for me. Those are my word, gratitude.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Well, listen, before we leave, I want you to, and before I close this program, I want you to share, you speak Spanish too? No, just Portuguese.
No,
Portuguese
and English.
So if you can,
I understand Spanish, but I cannot speak.
In Portuguese, can you say something a little bit in Portuguese about love and gratitude to our audience?
Yeah. I can say one verse of the Bible too, because I think it means it's good. It's just two phrases. Is that verse is 23. It's verse 23, Psalms 23. That the Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need.
Okay.
And in Portuguese is o Senhor é o meu pastor. Wait.
It happens.
Gosh, it's
the mind. No, it happens.
Wait. If you will translate it, o Senhor é meu pastor. O Senhor é meu pastor e nada me faltará.
El Señor es mi pastor y nada me faltará. Eso es en español. So, as we listen to Daniela talk about gratitude, it reminds me of my gratitude every day. I literally every day wake up and I thank God for my life. I thank God for my family. I thank God for the people that were in my life. I thank God that I can get up out of bed. I thank God that I can go to the bathroom. I thank God that I can eat, that I can work out. And for me, it's true gratitude because I remember what it was not to be able to wake up, not to be able to get up, not to have the strength to eat, not to even be able to go to the bathroom and take a shower. So I will tell you that gratitude to me means everything. And for you at home, I hope and pray that you are truly grateful for that one thing in your life that truly broke you. But remember, you are still whole. You're still here. You've overcome it already. So I will tell you, remember those times, because it helps to walk through the times that we walk now. And remember that we've gone through worse things in our lives. So as I say that, and as I get emotional about gratitude, I pray that that word today that Daniella has shared with us, truly so thankful for you. May God bless you. And remember, like I always say, find hope, have faith, and live every day with a purpose. Signing off. Till next time, God bless you.